Hello world, this is DeAndre Horton and welcome to The Message. This is my 2015 year in review video. Now 2015 was a big year for several different reasons as we saw seismic changes in moments and influences throughout the year. We saw the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement as race became a central issue in America. We see that the discussion of terrorism is heating up again with the new force ISIS out there. We've seen several different political figures try to vie for our vote and our attention as this 2016 presidential election looms. And we've also seen change and influence on the pop culture standpoint with both Taylor Swift and Adele solidifying themselves as superstars. Taylor Swift becoming a huge breakout star in pop music, and Adele coming out of her 5-year hiatus to sell 3.5 million copies of her latest album in her first week. So congratulations were due for both of those fantastic ladies. We saw Bruce Jenner make his transition to Caitlyn Jenner, where it earned him Time Magazine's Woman of the Year. So we've seen all of these different changes and movements going on throughout the year, but I want to start with a couple of them. And the first one I want to talk about just briefly is the legalization of gay marriage throughout America. You know, that caused the uproar throughout the country, and I understand both sides of the argument. My only hope is that, again, which will get to my point later in this video, is understanding. I'm not saying that you have to be completely okay with it, but you know, I'm all for everybody having their rights. Now, marriage, that's up to them. They know what they want to do. They know what the Bible says. We should just leave it at that, because sin is sin, either way you look at it. Only thing I can say is that instead of judging them, we should just try to encourage them to, seek the Lord and let the Lord deal with them as He sees fit. Now, as far as the race issue, like I said, we saw the Black Lives Matter movement gain momentum, and several other teens and other African Americans were shot down by the police, along with other forms of police brutality, which, now has gotten the Chicago mayor, Manuel, I think is his last name, Mayor Emanuel, in hot water because they mishandled the case with the McDonald boy who was shot down by the police, as it took a whole year for the tape to be released. But that was not the only issue that gained momentum for the Black Lives Matter movement. We saw Sandra Bland, that whole incident with her getting killed in jail gained momentum for it. And another thing that gained momentum for it was the Missouri football players protesting at the University of Missouri after the president was found to be mishandling racial tensions on campus. So with all of these things, as I said, you see going on, my pinpoint thing for this video here is we need to somehow try to figure out how to deal with change. I know the change is difficult for just about every person, and some have a harder time adjusting to it than others. But as I've said before, we need to show love in this world. A lot more love and less hate. We need to try to be more understanding of people's different backgrounds and upbringings and cultural differences from ours. We need to try to help our fellow man and not be so judgmental. I lost a great friend of mine a couple years back due to the fact that she couldn't trust my genuineness, being that from where she grew up in her upbringing, there was nobody really for her to look to as an adult figure that was trusting. And when someone actually was being nice to her and respecting her, she just felt like that was me using her to get something. I don't want that for anybody. I want people to see that you can be loved. You know, we're gonna all experience pain. Pain is a part of life. We'll deal with it in one form or another, or maybe multiple forms, be it death of a family member, death of a friend, or we see one of our friends getting hurt in a relationship, or whatever the case may be. But whatever trial or tribulation that comes our way, we need to find some way to deal with it somehow, positively, of course. Nothing that'll cause damage to us or the people around us. So like I said, we need to be more loving and more understanding. We need to help our fellow man. We see several homeless people or other people out there that's struggling and in need of help, and that we often, as people, don't help because we're too busy judging them for why they got to the point where they are. Now, true enough, people may have put themselves in positions by doing, making bad decisions or making bad choices, but that doesn't mean that we can't help them. Because again, as I said, people change people, and if you are encouraging someone and you're being positive towards someone, then that can change their life. That can set them on a whole nother course of direction that they weren't on until they met you. So again, just being more helpful to our fellow person. And that's what I want us to do in 2016. We make these New Year resolutions, because it's the new year, I want to do this, I want to lose weight, I want to stop smoking, stop drinking, want to be a better person. It doesn't have to be something that you decide you want to do at the beginning of the year. Make your New Year's resolution be a daily thing, or an all-around thing that you try to do day in and day out. Improve yourself, improve your life, improve the lives of the people around you, improve the people around you, improve people you don't know. Influence people. Try to cause a great change in the world. That's what I want people to see. That this world is big. We're not bigger than the world. The world is bigger than us. But our impact in the world can be just as big as the world itself. We need to try to make an impact on the world that's going to be great. We need to try to leave the world a better place than it was when we came into it. I mean, if we got to do it by crazy means, then I'm all for it. Sometimes you got to get a little weird. Don't be afraid to be different. Stand out. Don't blend in. That's what it's all about. It's about finding yourself as a person, playing to your strengths, and seeing what you can do to help improve society. And you feed the madness inside you when you feed that voice or that thing in your heart or that voice in your head that's just telling you or just itching at you saying, oh, you good at this, or this is your talent, you can use your gift to influence people to cause great change. Do it, whatever it is. Whatever is itching at you, whatever you need to get off your chest, do it. Do it, because you never know what kind of impact it can have, what change it can cause. And who knows, whatever you come up with might be the next groundbreaking idea. It may cause headway for generations of people after you. And if you're always positive, or you always try to look at things on the bright side, not necessarily always being positive, because we all gonna get hit again, like I said, with negativity and tribulations, and those tests will test us, and we'll see how strong we really are. But if you always keep that mindset that despite whatever you're doing or whatever you're going through, be it good or bad, that you can always come out on top, or you can always come out with some lesson, some way, something that you learned that can help somebody, that you can change somebody's life, then you know that you're doing something right. We were not put here to deal with pain, suffering, grief, death, dark days, sorrow all the time, and we weren't put here just for those specific purposes. We were put here for those to teach us things. People will say, well, I wasted my time on this person because they didn't need my help. No, we never waste our time on anybody. Everything is a lesson. Everything that you do, everything that you experience is an opportunity for you to learn something. And if we take everything that we go through, or we learn good, bad, and everything else in between, we will come out better people, and we will help influence the world for the better. So we can leave our lesson stories and mistakes for the next generations, for them to learn from, so they can make this world a better place. So that's my thing here. Let's just try to make the world a better place, because that's what we need. We need to try to improve the world where it will be better than it was when we came into it. That's all for this video here. This is the last video of 2015. I plan on coming back in 2016 stronger, more positive, and try to come up with other ways to just influence the world and influence the people around me and influence you, the people who watch my videos. Please give me positivity, negativity, whatever you have, so I can learn how I can be better in these videos. And always, if you ever have something that you would like me to talk about, tell me in the comment section. That's all. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube at DeAndre Horton to see all my other videos. This is DeAndre Horton signing off with the message. And people, have a great last few days of 2015, and here's to making 2016 even bigger and better and more of a monster than this year was. Thank you.